if you guys saw the Notorious movie and weren't moved to tears, you, okay? This is going to
Move to
be
tears.
greatness. What are you laughing about?
Hey, what is up, everybody? It's Dirty and
DZAN, what is up, our people? Today is Friday, April 28th. How is it going? You love the content here every week. Hit that like button, subscribe if you are new. Comment down below with some topics that you would like us to cover. It seems like every time the podcast goes out, that's when a bunch of MMA news drops, like updates about the topics that we just talked about. So really that's good that we're doing this now.
Downside of doing it on Wednesday, though,
right,
and posting Friday, because that stuff, the hockey, the MMA,
always.
Music sometimes.
Oh yeah, Fridays is always, that's when it goes down, man. That's when it goes down. Dirty D, let's kick it off. Listen, guys, there are time codes down below if you'd like to skip to the topic that you would like to hear about. But let's have Dirty D kick us off.
Or just don't skip.
Or just don't skip. Just watch the whole thing, because
there's always that.
I love to hear myself talk. I think that you'd enjoy it too.
I think DZAN watches each one of these about 30 to 40 times.
Yes, I do.
Because he loves his voice that much.
And I feel like I get funnier every time.
I know.
I really do.
It's funny because each time I watch it, you get less funny. It's just the strangest thing.
Crazy how jealousy works. It's crazy.
Okay, well, let's start off with some hockey talk here. This is one of those that they're not going to skip, right? I got to give a massive shout out to Zach Hyman.
Shout out Hyman.
Second person in as many days to take a puck to the face.
Oh,
but his ended up in a goal.
Oh, okay.
And he definitely lost some chiclets.
Was he the goalie?
No.
Okay, well, that's good.
No, he was just standing in front. The puck hit him.
That would have been embarrassing.
Face and bounces in.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and somebody else took one of the face, started bleeding right away, really bad. I can't remember right now, but yeah, it was a lot of chiclets lost in the past couple of games. RIP to the teeth. And but I also have to report that this is hard.
Oh.
This is hard.
I can't, I'm bated breath here.
The Toronto Maple Leafs are up 3-1.
Oh, right. Toronto, Drake. Shout out to Drake. What up, Drizzy in the 6 with your woes? Oh, man. That's just great news, Dirty. Why did you want to hold that back, Dirty D?
Anyway, so Boston is up 3-1. Carolina is up 3-1.
How's the Avalanche doing?
They are.
They're going to win the whole thing.
2-2.
So you know.
Oh, I don't know.
I listen, I called it, so it's going to happen. I called it like 3 weeks ago. It's going to happen. So
good luck with that.
Remember, I told they're going to win 5-1. So that's how it works.
They're 2-2 right now. So that's going to be a tough.
They can take them away. It's hockey, bro.
Oh, okay. But Connor McJesus is still alive and well. The guy is just, he's so levels above everybody that he is on the ice with at any given game. It doesn't matter who they're playing. He's just that dude.
I feel like his power doesn't match his stature. He doesn't look that big of a guy, but he's very powerful.
He's 6'1" and he is thick.
Yeah.
But I mean, there are bigger guys for sure in the league, but he plays so big.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, I've sent you highlight. He weaving in out of 5 different players.
Yep.
It's just what he does is just on a different level from everyone. It's wild to watch. It is wild to watch. So, but with that said, they're up 3-1 now, or 3-2 now, I believe. over the Kings, but the Kings have really played them tough. So
Yeah.
um, yeah. So unfortunately, now we're down to 2 games a night from 4, which really sucks. But
Damn it.
yeah, it's that time of year.
Yep. It just kind of dwindles down, but don't worry, it'll be back in 3 weeks.
And world championships are starting, and they're going to be played, I believe, in Sweden.
Oh, wow.
So that's a massive deal because all of these young guys, these up and comers that are going to be in the NHL, either this coming year or the following year, they'll all be playing in this. It's a great, great brand of hockey. It's very, it's a big sheet of ice. It's
Mm,
much bigger than the NHL sheet. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch those. So
nice and great
in fact,
exposure too for those
there's
guys.
one on right now, which would have been Wednesday for you. So
Oh, wow. All right. How about that? Listen, we have I want to end it with go Avalanche, go Maple Leafs. Let's do it. They're going to be the ones in the end.
the guy that claims he's a Red Wings fan, their 2 biggest rivals.
I love
He's
giving
rooting
a
for.
dirty shit also as well. That's
Yeah,
also my
well, that's good for
I've
you.
yeah, it's my second favorite thing. Okay. Listen, guys.
It's a good thing I don't edit these things anymore.
Oh, it's fantastic. You don't. It is you were adding cricket sounds to me. It was very disrespectful. Guys, in MMA news, it's official for now. Our guy, Benil Dariush, will be fighting Charles Oliveira June 10th for UFC 289. And that will
Finally,
be the co-main event. Now, if Oliveira pulls out, Dana White has told Benil, you'll get the title shot in October with Islam. Nothing has been announced for Islam yet. So we're waiting basically for this fight. And I don't know, for whatever Dustin Poirier keeps tweeting. Dustin is really getting on my nerves. He keeps tweeting out that he's going to be fighting. He wants to fight. Man, Jolie needs to take his privileges away. Take that phone away. All right, guys. The hunger for Burns continues, though, because we got some more news about the short notice fight coming up for UFC 288, which is just in a couple of weeks. On May 6th, we have Bilal Muhammad versus Gilbert Burns. What a fight on short notice. Not only is it short notice, but the boys were like, hey, we want 5 rounds. We don't want 3 rounds. We want 5. They're giving them 5 rounds. They got the Nick Diaz privilege on that one.
Yeah.
How about that?
Well, it's short notice, so they had Dana over a barrel a bit. With that said,
you always gotta
I gotta be honest,
take a little bit of thunder.
I gotta be really honest with you. And you can check the receipts on this, people. DZAN and I have both been a very big fan of Bilal Muhammad.
Yes.
Lately, he's been on my last nerve.
Absolutely. I 1000% agree with you. Cannot he sounds like a complaining.
Yeah.
Like
like Leon Edwards.
Yep. Oh my God.
I believe I did his title shot next. Yeah. I mean, it's that.
Yeah.
And dude, you're not that dude. I love him. I love him as a fighter, but he's not that dude.
He's not any, and you know what? He has an incredible resume, but obviously, bro, there's other things that comes into play than just the resume. It really, really does. And he's not that. He's not
moving that needle, man.
Nope. But Gilbert Burns, on the other hand, catching a second wind. That fight with Hamzat boosted him like no other. And he has been taking short notice fights, and it has been proving well for him, whether he wins or loses. This is another opportunity, and one that could actually land him for a title shot again. How amazing would that be?
It would be amazing. And I'm really pulling for him on this one, probably more than I have in a long time.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I always love Burns, but it seems like the people he's going against, I like more, or that I want to see succeed a little bit more. And now you get to this point, and I feel like the same is about Kelvin. I always seem to be going against Kelvin because I like the other guy, but then you think about that guy. It's like, no, man, you're a warrior too, and he's going to get
Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns really made his hay during COVID, if you remember all of that.
Mm-hmm.
That was like it wasn't going to happen.
Right.
remember?
Right.
And then
It was,
and that's when
it
his name just exploded after that fight.
exploded. And because there was nothing else going on, there was nothing
Exactly.
happening. There was
Exactly.
nothing happening at all. The only thing to watch that was live sports that wasn't a rerun was the UFC, and how crazy. And at that time, now it's old when you're watching them at the Apex, and it's like, man, where's the crowd?
No fans. Right.
But
Right.
then it was something so unique to hear the corner, to hear the sounds and the
The
thuds.
sounds of the thugs. Right. Right.
That was the biggest part. And
That was an eye opener.
you can hear the jab from Usman to Gilbert's face to end the fight. So
it's funny. I remember I was watching the Pivot podcast the other day. I love those guys. And they had Kenny Pickett on, and he was talking about being in the pocket. Kenny Pickett's the quarterback for the Steelers, everybody. And he was sitting in the pocket, and it was during the Ravens game. Well, when it's the Steelers Ravens, it's so nasty. It's so nasty. And he said that he was hearing the sound of the plastic popping. And he said it was so, I forget the term he used, but he didn't say frightening, but he was alluding to that. The point to where he said, I decided I'm going to just stay out of the pocket. Because it was that nasty. Fast forward or flash back to that is where I went. I immediately went there, and I started thinking, oh, that was like when you're hearing the UFC, when they had no crowds and you could hear the leather hitting the face.
Yep.
Oh man. It's
kind of just brought you back to that moment.
Yeah.
To that moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was something else, man. It was something else. Great cards during the COVID. Some of the best cards during the COVID time. All right. Now we have a lot of news about International Fight Week coming up. July 8th is being targeted for the big event. As you know, the UFC tends to go a little bit light in the April, May, June months. Excuse me, leading up to the International Fight Week, and then they blow our heads off with 2 or 3 title fights. We haven't gotten that so far, so I feel like they're still building it up, but the fights that they have right now can be one hell of a pay-per-view, but it doesn't feel like an international fight.
There's got to be another one coming.
So let's go down the list. Let's do it, people.
Let's do it.
Nico Price versus Robbie Lawler. Come on. That has fight of the night written
banger
all
versus banger
over it. Next, Jalen Turner versus Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker is taking every killer. He's like, who do you think can absolutely destroy me? Oh, that guy? Okay, cool. Let me fight that guy. That's what I love and respect about Dan. He has some of the worst. He just says yes, I believe, to everything. But I love Dan Hooker. I don't think it's going to go well for him if I'm going to.
It's not good for his career, but
it's not
100% on board with that. I love dudes like that, man.
Yeah, because sometimes he does prevail, and when he does, he is hot on that mic.
Yes, he is.
Oh, hearing a pissed off Hangman is amazing. I absolutely love it. Talk about fight of the night. Robert Whittaker. Dricus Duplessis.
Duplessis. Yeah, he's French.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Duplessis. All right. There we go. You're welcome, Draki. Right? That's pretty close. I think I nailed it. Drakis Duplessis is going to be fighting Robert Whittaker. And Izzy is praying that Duplessis can get the win.
I'm sure he is.
He literally tweeted, please win. Please win.
Oh, did he? I didn't see that.
He did. He tweeted, please win. But Dana White announced something very interesting as he announced this fight. Guess what he said? The winner of this fight will be facing Izzy. This is a title eliminator, and it's targeted for later this year in Sydney, Robert Whittaker's backyard, Australia. Who you think the UFC is going for on that one?
Right.
Are you kidding me? Can you imagine Izzy versus Duplessis in Sydney, Australia? They're going to change the date, my guy. That date will be changed, okay? Trust me, I don't know why Dana chose to announce that at the same time. Very odd
Yeah.
to me. I found it
Yeah.
very odd. I wanted to
That
get
is
kind of
true.
your thoughts on that because Dana
Now,
is usually a careful
he,
man.
mhm. No, 100%. And um, I, I I feel bad for Duplessis if it does roll out like this, because we've seen this so many times where you go to somebody else's country,
Mm-hmm.
it's so loud. Well, guess what? There's nothing louder than Sydney. It's insane
Mm-hmm.
there. It is so loud, and what's amazing. I was just listen, Carolina Hurricanes in hockey. They're building. I think it seats like 22,000 or something.
Jeez,
It's
man.
it's huge. It's
Jeez.
massive especially for a hockey arena,
Yeah.
and it's so loud in there. It comes through the mics how loud it is. That pales in comparison to the crowd in Sydney. And that crowd, I think it's like 40,
Yeah.
50,000.
They get
It's
gigantic. And
massive.
they're Ozzy, Ozzy, Ozzy. Oh, I mean, geez, man. Yeah, it's gonna be popping off. I think the Reaper
They got the
can get it
Foster's
done.
lager
Yeah.
ready to go.
Yeah. If there's anybody that can do it, it's going to be Robert Whitaker. It's going to be a great fight. I do think that Duplessis has what it takes. I see him winning, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if Robert gets it done.
I think with that crowd on his back like that, I think it really evens the odds up quite a bit.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. Duplessis is a dog.
Yeah. We have and then the one title fight announced: Brandon Moreno, Viva la Mexico, versus Alexandra Pantoja. That is going to be one hell of a fight. Something that was also interesting, I saw a rumor. It didn't look a rumor. It looked like it was official that we were also going to have Davison Figueiredo return to the 125 division and fight somebody on the International Fight Week on this card. But then that fight disappeared. And I know that after he lost his fight to Brandon, he announced he was going to be moving up. So I found it interesting that his very next fight was in flyweight. So now it's gone. I don't know. We'll see what happens as soon as that pops back up. We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
but
sure
that's International
will,
Fight Week so far. It's a little light for me. We need another title, at least one or two, but we need at least
100%.
one more title fight. We need one more.
Yeah, we need a big name fight there for that one. Yeah.
All right, we got to talk about some stuff outside of. We talked about all the fight announcements. That's great. Can we please talk about Nate Diaz in the streets of Nolans? Did you see? I texted Dirty. Dirty has been one busy boy. He's got a lot of stuff going on. So much stuff going on that he was too busy living in Iraq to see the Nate Diaz street fight that was
I saw it
everywhere. He still hasn't seen it to this day. Can you believe it? Anyways, let's talk about it.
So then why don't you school me and tell me about it?
Listen, this was at a Misfit 6 boxing event in New Orleans. And during the event, there was words exchanged. Nate grabbed a water bottle and threw it right in his face. And then there was a little scuffle in the arena, which then, of course, after the event, carried out into the streets. And this man, this lethal weapon, Robert Peterson, who is a trained fighter, tried to attack. I would go as far as to say, try to murder Nate Diaz. And Nate Diaz did everything he could to protect his life. He grabbed that man by the throat and squeezed as tight as he could. And thankfully, the monster was choked out and sent sleeping on the ground. And Nate Diaz was safe. Thank God Nate Diaz was safe. And his lawyer plans on proving this. What do you think? What do you think, Dirty?
Do you guys get as big of a kick out of DZAN when he retells stories?
in my own way of thinking. I am so one-sided when I just tell it just completely from one side.
Yeah,
it's my favorite thing.
I know.
My favorite thing.
Poor Nate. I mean, he was under fire, man.
Yeah. I
He's
mean,
about to get murdered.
yeah.
I mean,
Those
what are you gonna do?
goons attacked him and his friends.
It's probably a good thing that nobody ever sees this podcast because we probably could get sued.
Yeah, no kidding.
So this is 100% satirical. If somehow this podcast catches fire,
Yeah, listen,
this is all satirical.
Nate was with his friends, and these thugs tried to attack him, and it was not okay. And they did everything they could to protect themselves.
Right.
The New Orleans did issue a
wait.
arrest warrant.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
Where was Poirier?
Where was Poirier? Where was Poirier?
That's his love.
That's his
land
backyard.
There, right? Yeah.
Where were you? Why weren't you at this boxing event? He was on Twitter, I think. I think he was on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. That's probably what it was. Yeah. Or he got hot sauce in his eye.
That definitely could be it.
He couldn't fight Nate.
Got that diamond sauce. Got that diamond sauce in his eye. They issued an arrest warrant for him. And then of course his attorney let everybody know that this man was a trained fighter and Nate was just protecting himself. He is 1-0 as a pro boxer. He's a blue belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Nate Diaz just did everything he could to protect himself. Right. And that's what I'll go with. Listen, this is only going to bolster up the image of the myth, the man, the legend that is Nate Diaz. I don't see anything coming of this at all. I found it very hilarious when Robert got on Twitter saying that he was going to knock Nate out when he sees him next.
And correct me if I'm wrong. The only way Nate could have a warrant for his arrest is if dude pressed charges.
Bingo. Yep. Yeah, but exactly. But he's going to knock him out when he sees him next. I mean, that's, real talk, right. Robbie. A lot of people were like, yo, he legit thought that was Logan Paul. I don't think that he legit thought that was Logan Paul, but it would be really funny.
DZAN, you got to stay out of the comment section.
It would be really funny if he thought that was Logan Paul and was like, yo, I fucked you up, Logan. What now, bitch? Oh man. I don't know if his fight is going to be in jeopardy in August, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. A couple more things here. BKFC 41 is going down tomorrow. Last month, I released a video talking about the lineup for this fight and my predictions for this fight. I urge you to go check that out and watch this event. Is going to be crazy. $5, people. $5 is this event. That's it. $5. And it's BKTV app. And you can put it on Roku. Listen, I'm not being paid by these people, but I love this promotion so much.
All of the promo that you do for these guys.
Right.
And we're not getting paid for this?
No, we're not. David Feldman, what's up?
Let's go, bro.
Give me my money.
Come on, man.
I'm listen.
We'll put the logo right here.
Bam. Just pay me. Boom. Right here. BKFC 41 is going down. Chad Mendez, Eddie Alvarez. Come on. Mike Perry versus Luke Rockhold. I mean, this is going to be amazing. I'm very, very excited for this. Stay tuned for that, and we'll be talking about the results for that next week.
I got to be honest with you. I just saw like 2 weeks ago that Rockhold was fighting in this. I'm a little surprised.
Are you? Are you surprised?
A little bit.
My man needs the money, and David's like, "I got you."
I get that. I get that. But listen, dude's a pretty boy.
He is, and he should have just stopped. He said, "I want to come back to kick some people's asses." That was like his tweet.
Because he couldn't get any more underwear commercials.
That or right? Deodorant commercials. No more undershirt commercials. Sorry, my guy. It's all gone. It's going downhill. And Mike Perry. It's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be great. Left hook Larry, let's go. Okay. I saved the last MMA topic because it's the best news that I've heard in a very long time. Ladies and gentlemen, get prepared for the greatest document series. I'm so excited. Mcgregor Forever hits Netflix May 17th, docuseries, and it's going down. Let's go. Now everybody is going to hear the true story, the true behind the scenes from that disgusting doctor stoppage and everything that has happened before that. Dirty, don't you dare laugh. This is serious. And everybody is going to see his recovery, not steroids or juicing. And he's going to prove to everybody why he was, is, and will remain the greatest of all time. Mcgregor Forever, May 17th docuseries on Netflix.
Wow.
Dirty, what are your thoughts?
Wow.
I know, I'm excited too. I know. I can't.
I don't know that I have that level that you're at.
Right. You'll get there as we get closer. You didn't see the preview. You didn't see the preview. That's why. You didn't see it.
I'll send
you the link. I'll send you the link.
And I'll have a completely different attitude next week.
Yeah, you're going to be like, guys, I am just as excited. You're going to be jumping out of your chair. All right, I got to calm down. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, guys. I say we as if you guys are as big your fans as I am. I knew that this was going to be in the works. He's talked about this a little bit here and there over the past 2 years. So we're going to be getting some great footage. And I think this might even be footage from since his return with Khabib in 2018. If you guys saw the Notorious movie and weren't moved to tears, fuck you. Okay. Let's just say that this is going to be
tears.
Greatness. What are you laughing about? It was cinema art.
You moved the tears,
guys.
Oh my god!
All right, let me move to music.
Over here.
I'm just alone. I'm just alone here. I'm just
shifting
by myself. All right, last couple topics, people.
Oh my goodness!
And this one is for both of us. Dirty here. Now, I did reach out to Dirty, and I am very upset. This is to all of our Patreon people out there, guys. I'm kind of upset. Nobody has told this man to watch Dear Mama. It was released.
So it popped up immediately on my Hulu feed. And I'm like, I got to watch this.
Yep.
And then it hit me.
I mean, I'm sure it's going to come.
I'm sure that people are going to want to see this on Patreon. So I held off. Yep. And I got to tell you, it smacks me in the face every time I open the app.
Yeah.
So, we got to get this figured out.
And we're not going to say anything to Dirty about this because we always keep it spoiler free for Dirty, as I do with all the music and everything. We just go as far as saying it is a fantastic docuseries. The first two episodes, the first 2 episodes were released already. It is going to be a 5-part series, and I think it's going to be ending around mid-May, like May 11th, I think is the last episode. It seems like they're going to be releasing one every Friday, so there should be one today, guys, up on Hulu, but they did release the first 2 on the 21st. So really looking forward to seeing more of the docuseries. We saw a lot of great folks in it, so I'm excited. It's going to be awesome. Now, music. Krizz, I want to talk about Krizz Kaliko. Krizz Kaliko, baby. Yeah, Krizz Kaliko. Krizz Kaliko.
My fucking pronunciations are
guys
off the charts.
Man. I think it was we're gonna go back, sidebar. I think it was Worldwide Choppers or Midwest Choppers. It was something with Krizz Kaliko.
I don't think it was Worldwide Choppers.
No,
I think it was before that.
Okay, it was a song that he was reacting to, Tech Nine featuring Krizz Kaliko, and there's about 300 songs with Tech Nine featuring Krizz Kaliko. So forgive me if I don't remember which one it was, but it was the first one that he listened to. And he's like, all right, we have Tech Nine and Krizz Kaliko. And then he did this. Here we go. It's so great. Gold, people. I love it.
Gold.
It is gold. It's amazing.
I'm surprised I'm not on a major network by now.
But he did something amazing with his, you guys don't know, he is completely independent now. He released a single called Hesitate, but first he put out on social media an open verse challenge to everybody.
Wait a minute.
Please.
Completely independent, and he's
no longer with Strange.
Oh.
So he left Strange last year, or I believe 2 years ago now. He is now completely independent. you know what? He's made enough money now. He's towards I believe he's kind of towards the end of his career, but I know that just like Tech, he's always wanted to have his own business just like that. And all respect to him, he's kind of right there too. I mean, he is, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't say he's just as good as Tech. I would not, but the man he always keeps up. Nobody else really keeps up on a track with Tech like Krizz Kaliko does. He chops and he can sing.
That's true.
Multi-talented man, you know, and he is one of the most underrated hook specialists in hip hop. He has amazing hooks. Now, so for his first single, it's called Hesitate. He released on social media an open verse challenge for everybody. So everybody was putting in their submissions, and somebody won, and it was a local artist. And right all respect to Cali for showing out love to that artist. He not only got to feature in the single, but Krizz flew him out for the music video, and they did the music video together, and it was just released, and it is a dope ass song, guys. Go check out Krizz Kaliko, Hesitate. And it's featuring the winner. I wish I had his name on here. I'm so sorry, man. That was a big blow on my part. But go check out Krizz Kaliko, Hesitate.
Yeah.
Listen, he's just excited to be on the damn song and that we're talking about him. He doesn't care that we don't know his name. Bro. Man, I would just be through the roof. Are you kidding me? That's amazing. Listen, guys, if you made it this far, all respect to you. If you made it this far and are a subscriber, we can't thank you enough for your weekly views that we do get here.
We do appreciate it greatly.
If you're not a subscriber and you made it this far, don't know who I'm talking to because you're crazy. Just hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. For the love of God, hit the like button. Comment down below with some topics that you'd like us to cover. Thank you guys so much, and we will be back next week to break down 288. Peace.